Well, it is officially here. Amazon Prime Day is one of the biggest holidays of the year. Well, at least for those of us who like getting deals. And I decided to put together a list of some of my favorite things that I've purchased over the years for creativity from Amazon. I am an Amazon associate. There will be links to all these things below. So if you decide to use one of those links, I do get a kickback at no extra cost to you. So if you do choose to use them, thank you. Now, onto the list. Up first, cameras. First on the list is my Insta360 X5, the camera that I think I use the most now, and there's a very good chance that I probably use it more than my phone, and there is a reason for that, is because for both video and photos, I have no trouble getting any shots that I want. I don't have to frame them. I can pick later when I'm editing at home with a calmer mind and not talking and having to do things. This camera has saved me on so many things with both its ability to what it can see in 360, whether it be photo or video or any of that kind of stuff. And if I would recommend a camera to somebody who wants to do some vlogging or anything like that, besides your phone, I definitely want to recommend the Insta360 X5. My second camera on the list is a drone. It's a drone camera. It's a Selfie flying drone camera. It's been out for a few years. I've had it for quite a while. Other companies make stuff very similar to this. This is the HoverAir X1. They have newer ones that are more powerful, that can fly higher and further and all that stuff. But this is the original, and it does exactly what I need it to. Besides being ridiculously small, that's all the bigger it is. Like I said, you can put it in your pocket or whatever. I have a small bag that I carry this. I've done videos on this before, but it does great footage both in photographs and video. And what I use it for, besides filming myself or getting different angles, it becomes a camera that if I'm walking down a trail and I want to take a picture of something and I need to get higher over something or a better angle for better light or something, having something like this that can do just a quick little jaunt up high, back down, no big deal. Safety, because it has all its cages around the blades. It is a real go-to for me. Like I said, it is something that I've found so essential in what I do. And again, if you're interested in this, and again, like I said, they have newer models. This is the original HoverAir X1, and they have newer ones than that. But this kind of camera is something that I highly recommend. Now, the next camera on my list is not necessarily a pro camera, but it's my pro camera. It is the Panasonic Lumix G95D. It is an interchangeable lens camera. It is a micro four thirds. It does have the flip out screen that actually rotates and everything. It does have a mic input and a headphone input. I have 4 different lenses for this thing. I love this thing when I go do, sunset photos and all kinds of stuff. Any of the nighttime shots you've seen me do with long exposure and stuff, it's all done with this. This is not an expensive camera as it comes to cameras. I always tell people that this camera came with this lens. It is a 12 to 60 lens, so that's the kit lens, and I bought a 100 to 300 lens that I paired with this. And if you put the cost of what I paid for this and that lens, is about the exact same amount I paid for my S24 Ultra phone. So you get a lot out of these cameras for the price you pay for them as opposed to going up to a bigger size. But it's not for everybody, but it is for me. But I recommend any kind of micro four thirds cameras. I love them. Other people don't. But like I said, for the price and what you get out of them, I think it's absolutely amazing. So this is my big camera of choice, the Lumix G95D. Now, there is no way to film good video without having good audio, and the good audio that I've chosen is the DJI Mic 2, and there's a reason that I've chosen this thing is because it can also do internal recording. So besides being a wireless mic to your camera, at the same time, you can press the little button on this side and record internally in case something happens to your audio. You always have a second recording, but also if you just want to use it as a field mic to record audio, you can record it with that. And that's why I like the DJI Mic 2 is one of my favorites. It's bigger than a lot of other ones, but like I said, that ability to do that internal recording and all that kind of stuff is why I like it. So that's why I recommend the DJI Mic 2. Now, when I bought the DJI Mic 2, I did not buy the whole receiver transmitter thing. I decided just to buy the transmitter because this can connect to my phone or the X5 via Bluetooth. But since then, I have purchased this. This is the DJI Mic Series mobile receiver. It is a little USB attachment that can attach to the X5. It can attach to my phone, anything that has a USB-C audio in. And now we get a recording between this mic and whatever device you plug this into that is better than Bluetooth. And that's one of the things that I want to say, that I didn't think there was that big of a difference until I got it. But this one you can sometimes find on Amazon for $15. You might find it a little bit more, but I really like that. The idea of pair these two together. And like I said, anywhere connected to my phone, connected to my X5, I have great audio with these two. And this, again, is the DJI Mic 2 connected to the DJI Mic series mobile receiver. Now, one of the interesting things about the Insta360 X5, when you connect the DJI mobile mic receiver to it, it is going to be in the stitch line. But if you get this little attachment right here that I got, you can get them from Amazon. I got a 2-pack. It was next to nothing. And when you plug it into the X5, it is out of the stitch line. So that means that I can have my mic connected to the X5 with this receiver and be out of the stitch line. I can still do the full 360 film, full 360, whatever I want to do with it. But this little adapter, I think, to me, has changed the ability to do this. And I would recommend that if you end up getting this receiver, get that adapter too. We did the cameras, we did the microphone, now we're on to accessories. This one, I haven't even done a video about at all. It is a screen to attach to the back of my phone. So right now I am recording on my S24 Ultra on its good lenses. And if I'm out doing something where I need to be able to see me in the camera, see whether I'm on, within the frame, I use this. And this magnets to the back, and because you're using both screen mirroring and Bluetooth, this lets me see what that lens is seeing perfectly. And because of the Bluetooth, it becomes a touch screen. So I can touch the screen and for focus or adjust or start or anything. And that paired with my phone makes an extremely powerful camera for next to nothing, because I have my really good lenses that are on the S24 Ultra, and I'm able to see 100% full color touchscreen with this. The link for this, like I said, is down below. They make other ones and different ones. This is the one I've chosen because it has the touchscreen, because you're able to connect, like I said, you're doing screen mirroring and Bluetooth, and that makes it not only a screen mirror where you can see what your phone is seeing, but also becomes a touch screen, and that's why I like that. Again, as we're filming these things, this accessory stuff I think is really important. This is one of the ones, like I said, it's new to me, and I haven't even done a video on it yet, but you definitely want to check it out. Now, I have talked about this next accessory in a previous video. It is my remote for my Insta360 X5. This remote is why I like it, that if I have it somewhere set up, if I have it on the end of the stick, with this remote, I can fully power on and off the X5. I can change modes, video, photo, whatever I want to do. I can start and stop and take photographs. Everything. So again, if I'm out filming somewhere and I have the mic hooked up and I'm way back here and I just want to start the thing or stop the thing or restart the thing, this little remote does the big deal. And that's, again, why I think accessories like this are really important. They don't cost a lot, but they make a big difference when you're creating content. And the final thing on my accessory list is something I've had for a long time, and they make newer versions of this now, but I'm just going to point this out whether you want to get this one or something else. It is a handle that goes on the back of your phone. So imagine my phone being right here, that I'm able to hold on to, a grip that I can hold on to, that both magnets, and it has the little clips that go around the phone. So you can do magnet or the clips, and it creates a remote button to shoot with. So if I want to take photographs, I have a nice handle to hold on to, steady to take the photographs. It has a 1/4 thread on the bottom that goes in there. I attached a little wrist thing for it. You can do a lot with this. It has a cold shoe on the top. The button actually comes off and becomes a remote too, so that if you want to have this set up somewhere else and trigger here, you can. But Ulanzi makes this, and this, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite things, because like I said, I use my phone for a lot of photography, and this really makes it fun. This really makes me be able to go out and I can take photos, and I really feel safer holding it like this and triggering a button this way, as opposed to trying to hit the back of the phone or whatever. And I just think this really works. So whether you get the Ulanzi one or something else, it is definitely something that I think you guys should look into. I said I was going to give you 10 things. That was 9. My next one isn't technically technology, but it can be, and it can be a help to you being creative, and that is my book, The Creative Virus. You can get this through Amazon, whether you want to get it as something to go, whether it be a digital version, an audio version, the paperback, all of these are available. It's called The Creative Virus. It is both my story of being creative my whole life and my way to encourage you that if you're bitten by the creative bug, don't ignore that. It's a big part of your life. It's a big part of who you are as a person, and not to ignore it. So just throwing that in there as number 10 is my book, The Creative Virus. And that is my Amazon list for this year's Prime Day. it was mostly about creative stuff. It is about stuff that I use to be creative and talking about my creative list. And I hope this at least gives you some place to start with as you're looking through some of the Prime deals and different things like that. I hope it encouraged you both to find tools that work for you, to use them in a different way than you thought, and to get out there and be creative. Thanks again for watching. I hope it helped. Until next time, take care and God bless.